Happy Sunday, my people. I've come again with another mind-blowing style, baby children style. Be the first to make this style for your child in your area, okay? It's less time consuming, it's beautiful, and it's very, very simple. So let's go right into this tutorial. And this tutorial can be made with poly. We call it poly here, but I think some people call it scuba. That material that feels like foam but is not foam. It's thick. It's just like lycra but very, very thick. Do you understand? Can is the only thing for now I think can make this style. Okay, Mikado can make it, but there's this kind of stiffness it is going to give to it. So I think for now poly is the best. The one I made yesterday, I made it with poly and it came out well. So as usual, I'll be using this my mini measurement to show you how it is. Okay, so this is a sleeveless gown. You can attach sleeve to yours if you want, but for my chubby children, kiddies, I think sleeveless is best for them. So you can as well go ahead to highlight whatever you want to highlight. So now I already drafted my pattern. I have a children size chart on my channel here, and I'm going to be attaching the link in the description box. Go and do well to check it out and use it to make your own beautiful gown. Now, the reason why these gowns in ready to wear business for children, invest in styles that are amendable. Do you understand? This is one style that is purely amendable. It can be amended to any child's size so that you don't keep making styles that will always stay in your shop. So now, don't forget that when you get your armhole for your children, right? Please come in. If it's going to be a sleeveless, never you make sleeveless with the normal shoulder measurement. It will be gaping. I no know as I wan take explain am for you. After you have finished cutting and everything, please reduce this place by half inch. Okay, so instead of this place being your normal armhole, bring this one down like so. I don't know why, but we dey do am here and e get the fitting wey e dey give. If you make with the normal children shoulder and you do this thing I've told you to do now, even in your own sleeveless outfit, if you shift it in by 1 inch for an adult, there's this fitting e give to the person. Do you understand? So now for the cones that are on the hip area, still use the same poly, but in different other colors that you might choose. Reason being say na poly na im go stand give that fullness. Yes, I tried it with Mikado. I didn't really like the effect it was giving. So, but poly brought it exactly out this way. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, whatever, this is my pattern. How the important measurements for you to get for this particular child is neck depth and width, shoulder measurement, chest. Of course, you know children don't have chest and waist, so it's the same thing, the same measurement for chest and the same measurement for their waist. But then there's a don't want to add that in your children's, if you don't want to add bust that or waist that, which is most times not really necessary in making fitted gown for children. If you don't want to add waist that or bust that, there's something called waist that, and you take that their waist that from here. Yes, you take it from here like so. If you don't know about this dat, let me know in the comment section that you don't know about this particular dat for children, and I will be making a video, but I guess almost everybody knows it. Now, when placing your cones, it is best to place it a little bit above the hip line. So you'll be needing your waist measurement, which is your chest measurement or your bust measurement, and you'll be needing your hip measurement. Okay, because the inner structure is a standing gown, is a straight gown, is not flare. Wetin go cause the flare na these cones we are going to be attaching. But if you make it, if you want to make it to be, if you want to flare it out, I don't know how it's going to be, but the one I made that I like the effect is when e came straight, because as e come straight e go gather that cone well, but as the baby dey move e go dey spread. So now This is where our cone is going to start from. This is our hip measurement, right? Now come up 1 inch above the hip measurement, or come down 1 inch from the waist measurement. You will now know that that is where you are going to place your cones. Now I'm coming up 1 inch from my hip line, and that 1 inch from my hip line is somewhere around here. Do you understand? So now determine how many cones I want to put. I want to put 8 cones in front and 8 cones at the back. So that means 4 cones here. So I'm going to now measure, because the distance between each cone should be the same. Do you understand? It shouldn't be scattered, so that your sewing will be uniform. Now I go measure from here to here, and I got however inches you got, but from here I'm getting 3 inches. So since I want it to be 8 cones, that means 4 this side and 4 this side, right? So I'm going to be measuring how many now? I'm going to be dividing this 3 by 4. So whatsoever I get, that's what I'm going to be marking. That's what I'm going to be marking, and that's what I'm going to be marking. Do you understand? And then I will connect to this line. Okay? I will connect to this line. When you are marking your own, please also mark here so that the line will be straight. I'm doing this because I'm using a mini measurement now. Can you see? Then I will go ahead to cut out. Have you seen what I did now? Have you seen what I did? Now, if you open it up, it's going to be looking this way. So I'll now be fixing 1 cone, 2 cone, 3 cone, 4 cone, 5 cone, 6 cone. And then, of course, you're fixing here and here. Do you understand? So I will set this aside to go and create my cones. So now this is the fabric I'll be using to create my cones, and I'll be using this part of the plain sheet. So it will serve as different colors for the cone. Do you understand? So your choice of color of cone depends on you. Play around it, but I think you shouldn't use Ankara for this cone, because when I try using a fabric that is lighter, this material, because it's thick, e fold the whole fabric put inside. Do you understand? But if it is the same scuba you use, the same poly, it will still puff out. By the time you are making your own, you will understand what I mean. Now this is my fabric I want to use for my cone, and I want it to be how many cones? I want it to be 8 cones, depending on how wide you want your cone to be, because it is how wide your cone is now that is going to give this gown the flare length. Okay, so I will fold. I want to create my cone now. I want it to be equal. Now measure the length of the cone. Okay, length of the cones from here to here. Okay, 3 inches. So I will now measure from here to here. You see, it's exactly 3 inches, so it's even more than. So I can afford to bend anyhow. Now depending on the wideness I want for the cone will make me to know how many circles I'm creating. Do you understand? How many circles I'm creating depends on how many fabric I'll be using. This is where the main wastage of fabric happens, not even here. Okay, so it depends on how wide. If I want my own to be this wide, like so, that means I'll be creating more. Let me just go ahead. So now I want to create 8 cones, and this like this can form a cone. Okay, so this fabric is giving me 4 cones, but I don't want it to be this wide, so I want to still reduce it. So I will still bend like so. The choice of the size of your cone depends totally on you. Okay, so I will measure the length of my cone, and this is the length of my cone, 2.5, right? So I will measure from here to here, which is 2.5. I mark it, I mark it, I mark it. Can you see? Okay, so I will go ahead to cut. Can you see now? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my own method of cutting my cone. Okay, so it depends on you how many cones you want to add. You can want to add 12 cones in front, it's all for you, but 8 inches is the minimum, so that the flare will be full. Now this is my bodice open like so. So all I have to do is pick this and attach it. Okay, attach it like so. Okay, let me just turn here so that we can use this part to attach. Now I will pick this and attach it like so. Anyhow you want to attach it, don't worry, just stitch like this, and this cone stays here. Okay, stitch like this, and it stays here. Stitch again like so. Stitch again like so. Stitch again like so. Stitch again like so. That is all what this gown is about. That is all. That is all. Okay, just stitch, hold it like so, and stitch all round. Stitch it all round. Don't, as you are stitching, you see that everything will come out fine. Just stitch it. It is, anybody can make this style, and it's a beautiful style. Can you see? Just stitch, 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 stitch. I hope we are done with children's graduation. We are heading towards December now. We are heading towards December. Styles will start coming out. Are you ready? Are you ready for the styles that are going to be coming out December? Now, after attaching the cones, know it that I used to tell you, don't be scared. After attaching the cones, some of them will be longer than each other. All you need to do is just trim it out. After trim it, all of them will now be on a single line. Okay, like this, how it is now, just trim it out, make sure that all of them are in a single line. Then you bend it either with your 4-thread machine, or you take it to the weaving machine first, then you come back to the house and bend it. After you have bent it, that is all. Let me quickly talk about this special type of bow tie in front. Now, it's not every bow tie that is cut in rectangular shape. If you want to cut yours in rectangular shape, there's no problem. But let me tell you how this particular one in front of this place was cut. Okay, so you are going to measure from here to here of this baby's chest line, and I have 2.5 inches. That means my circle is going to be 2.5 inches. Okay, right here like so. Like so, like so, like so, just to form a circle, right? Okay, just to form a circle. So you are going to be cutting this into 2 places, so use one to turn it inside out, right? So now wherever you put hole to turn it inside out doesn't really matter, because there will be a tie to band it. So you are going to just pleat like so, you pleat like so, you pleat like so, gather it. Okay, so this is your bow tie. Do you understand? This is your bow tie. Okay, can you see? So this particular one on this gown was not rectangle. I'm just trying to tell you, because if your client says make exactly this for me, do not make exactly something different and go and be explaining to him or her why it should be the way you made it. No, pay attention to details and make this particular bow tie on this particular gown is not rectangle, it was in circle form. Okay, so this is the bow tie, and then you just attach any bow tie and let it drop. That is just basically all, and you go and make your money. I'm here to explain for you. If there's anything I explain now that you do not understand, let me know in the comment section. If you need the fabric tutorial of this style, chat me up on 090, and please just know that it's not free because of the data I'll be using to drop it. Okay, so follow me on 090 on the number on written on your screen, and I will show you the fabric tutorial of it. But with what I have done now, just anybody can make this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video.